A heartbreaking loss has shaken the UFC and the MMA world. UFC fighter Allan Nascimento has died at just 34 years old. The Brazilian flyweight was found unresponsive at his home on Monday, August 3rd, after suffering what the UFC described as an apparent heart attack in his sleep. Despite efforts from the responding medical team, Nascimento was pronounced dead at the scene. The news has sent shockwaves through the MMA community, with fans, teammates, and fellow fighters mourning a fighter whose career was still very much part of the sport. The UFC confirmed the devastating news in an emotional statement, remembering Allan Nascimento as a beloved fighter and an exemplary flyweight. The organization also expressed its deepest condolences to his family, friends, teammates, and everyone who knew and loved him. Nascimento was only 34 years old. Known by the nickname Puro Osso, Nascimento built a respected career in mixed martial arts and became part of the UFC roster in 2021. Over his professional MMA career, he recorded 22 victories and 7 defeats. Inside the UFC, he went 4-2, establishing himself as a tough and experienced competitor in the flyweight division. And heartbreakingly, his final fight had taken place only weeks before his death. In June, Nascimento faced Mitch Raposo in Las Vegas. The fight went the distance, but after 3 rounds, Raposo was awarded the victory by split decision. That would ultimately become Nascimento's final appearance inside the octagon. But Allan Nascimento was more than just his fight record. He trained at the renowned Shootbox Academy in Brazil under coach Diego Lima and was part of a training environment surrounded by some of the biggest names in Brazilian MMA. He also trained alongside former UFC lightweight champion Charles Oliveira and UFC lightweight Elves Briner. For those who knew him, Nascimento was remembered not only for his skills as a fighter, but also for the person he was outside the cage. His sudden passing has left the MMA community facing the heartbreaking reality of losing someone who is still so young. And because his death came so unexpectedly, the news has been especially difficult for those closest to him. The UFC has now joined fans, fighters, teammates, and the wider MMA community in mourning his passing. At just 34, Allan Nascimento leaves behind a career filled with battles, victories, setbacks, friendships, and memories that will remain with those who shared his journey. His story in the octagon may have ended, but his impact on the people around him will not be forgotten. Today, the MMA world is saying goodbye to Allan Nascimento, a fighter, teammate, and friend who left far too soon. Our deepest condolences go out to his family, friends, teammates, and loved ones during this incredibly difficult time. Rest in peace, Allan Nascimento. If you want to stay updated on the latest celebrity and sports death announcements, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share your thoughts and condolences in the comments below. Allan Nascimento was only 34, gone far too soon, but never forgotten.